I'll do it to help, keep the harmony in the group, not necessarily because I want to do it
Right.
or that I feel like I need to do it. When I feel like I need a social outlet, then I put myself in those positions to have that. Um, Sometimes I just don't have it in me. And like I said, when I do go, I have a good time. So it's not like when I get there, I'm like, oh God, I can't,
Right.
And they're like, and they love Noah. So they are like, oh, bring Noah, bring Noah. So
Right.
I don't, of
He's a
course,
cute
bring them
baby.
to the bar or anything, but, we go out to dinner or we go to, um, you know, someone's house or whatever, I'll bring him along. And of course, I don't see him the whole night because everybody's playing with him and
Right.
everything. And and I don't mind any of that. It's just that sometimes I'm sitting there going, man, I could be home sleeping, or I could be home laying down right now, or watching TV, because I don't get a chance to even do that too much.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. So I guess what I'm seeing, Jennifer, is that a lot of times you don't really, speak up and let them know what you really want. It sounds like you're kind of, meeting their needs, and at the end of the day, you're not really meeting your needs. So, would you say that maybe practicing telling them on days that you don't want to go, that you don't?
I've done that sometimes in the past, and I didn't like the way it kind of panned out.
Why is that?
Because sometimes people have attitudes with me, and it's like it's optional to go to these things,
Mm-hmm.
but when you don't go, you feel like, well, was it mandatory? That did I like miss it? It was mandatory, and there were times when even when I was pregnant and I was sick most of the time. I was in pain most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
and they still expected me to attend everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when I
Okay.
didn't, it was like, you know, well, how come you didn't come and you could have laid on the couch? Why would I go to your house and lay on the couch?
Right. You.
What's the purpose? I can lay on my own couch in my house,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a whole lot of understanding,
Okay.
and it was kind of like, you know, frowned on because I didn't do things with the group.
Okay. Um, do you think maybe they misunderstood or perceived what you were telling them, in a negative way or in a way that you didn't intend it to be
I don't think so.
understood?
Because even my other coworker, he's in this same program and he's doing his internship now. And he has 3 kids, no, 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't go to everything. And he says the same thing. He feels like it's really frowned on when he doesn't go. He feels like he has to go to certain things, and when he does it, he can feel like some tension when he doesn't go.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he wants to go, his wife is saying, come home because you need to spend time with
Right.
your family. So it's one of those situations where everybody's really nice, but then when they are upset that you're not keeping that harmony,
Mm-hmm.
they they show it in different ways.
Okay. So you are speaking up and you're telling them, I don't feel like going. Maybe what you should focus on is telling them how you feel almost forced, like you need to go, because it sounds like there's that misunderstanding. And I don't know if you've actually voiced that.
And not to anyone really, except the other person that felt the same way. Other than
Right.
that, and then someone came to me and said, "Oh, I don't really want to go to this thing, but I feel like I have to." And she dragged her husband to something and he didn't want to go to,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't stay long because he didn't want to be there. He wanted to leave. And she said, I just felt like we had to go. I had to. So you feel this pressure that
Right.
you have to do this, and if you don't do it, you feel like tension afterwards.
Okay. So, do you think that they would understand if you tried to tell them, I feel like you guys don't understand where I'm coming from? Is that a conversation that you're willing to have or ready to have?
I just I don't know. I mean, I think they would understand it, but I don't think it would really change it. I don't even think it would. What I think it would probably do is result in them going out of their way now to leave me out of something. Well, you don't want to go anyway. Oh, you think you're too good to be with the group, that kind of thing. And then it'll turn into something else. And because I've seen that too, because they go out to lunch every day, and they used to ask me to go out to lunch, and I would say no. And a lot of times I work through my lunch, and so now they don't even. They got to the point they didn't ask anymore. So it bothered me a little bit, but not enough for me to get upset about it really. And then someone else made a comment like, "You don't invite anybody else to lunch. You don't invite me. You don't invite Jennifer. Well, you guys always say no." So, and then one day I was like, "Well, I just want to know how much more money you're making than me that you can go to lunch every day." And I kind of made it like a joke, you know, and everybody was laughing, and I know I spend too much money, and well, maybe we should, only go out once a week. And they started talking like that, but I don't. I like to just do my work, and if I go to lunch, a lot of times I'll go with my friends outside of work. I'll meet them for lunch, or I'll just go pick something up and eat at my desk while I'm doing my work.
So, in the end, did you feel bothered or left out because they stopped asking you to go?
Sometimes, because sometimes I would have went.
Okay, just not all the time, and now
Right.
you feel like they're doing it on purpose to kind of snub you out.
Yeah.
Okay, and you think that this would happen in the same situation when you guys have your team building dinners?
Yeah. And you have to cancel everything. Like, they want to do this retreat. So they want to go to this cave. And I forgot what it is, but they want to go there. Okay. I went to like a cave before, and I thought it was pretty cool. But it doesn't mean I want to do that again. And it doesn't mean I want to do that with them. But the choices were to go hiking, or go hiking in the summer, right? Go hiking, or go to this cave. And I forgot what the other choice was. None of them I would have enjoyed doing. So I brought up a suggestion like, how come, and why don't we just go like to Pima County Fair? Why don't we all just do that? And a few of us were like, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And the other person's like, but we could still go hiking, and it's beautiful this time of year. And I don't want to go hiking. I like hiking, and I've done that before, but that's not something that that's on the top of my list of things that I want to do. But then, because one person complained about it, they're still talking about it a year later. So it's like it really is like you can voice how you feel, but it's all about maintaining the harmony in the group. That's what it's about.
And they're not receptive to different opinions or voicing how you really feel. It sounds like they're not.
You can voice it to a limit. But when you see it's no one's going along with what you're saying, it's like you have to pull it back.
Okay. Well, Jennifer, it sounds to me like that, you have that choice to tell them whether or not you want to go. So I would encourage you to practice that more, If they're not going to understand, they're not going to understand. But at the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself. And if you want to be at home with baby Noah, then, I think that you should do those things. I think that that's part of setting the boundaries between work and home.
Well, I agree. It's just that I know that in the past, I've been pulled into a meeting to say, we noticed that you're kind of isolating yourself from the group. It's a lot of pressure to be in this group. And this group, other people in the agencies are like wanting to be in our group. They see how it functions, so they want to be a part of this group. So it's like coveted to be in our department, But at the same time, it's like if you're not doing these things with them, you're pulled in a meeting and it's like it looks like you're isolating. It's really important that the group functions as a cohesive unit, and it's really important that you understand team building. It's really important. So you get those,
Mhm.
messages that you need to do this.
Okay. Are they saying you need to do
No,
this? Okay.
but that is definitely the underlying message.
Okay. Well, I still think that maybe if you told them, that underlying message that's coming across to you as perhaps them not being understanding of your needs, like you said, they don't have a 7-month-old child at home themselves. So,
Right.
so maybe that's something that we can work on.
Yeah, definitely. We can work on that.
Okay, well, good. And the doorbell is ringing, so we'll end the session and we'll meet up again next week.
All right. Thank you.
Thank